Okay, so this is not going to take us too long, just to finish this little bit off. Okay, so this leads us to our final stanza. The lamp said, 4 o'clock. Here is the number on the door. Memory, you have the key. The little lamp spreads a ring on the stair. Mount. The bed is open. The toothbrush hangs on the wall. Put your shoes at the door. Sleep. Prepare for life. The last twist of the knife. So we have this final part where the flaneur has returned to their, it seems to be like just a dingy bed sit, and we've got these domestic images of the bed and the toothbrush, putting the shoes at the door, going to sleep. The lamp has now gone from street lamp to little lamp. So the little lamp, it's the final reduction of the lamp. So if you think about the idea at the start that was the dissolving flaws of memory, and something that dissolves, fades away, I guess, or I can't remember what we said. It's something that disappears, and so the idea of the lamp, not that it disappears, but it's fading away, diminishing. Now here, where we've got memory, you have the key. This is really ambiguous, and there's lots of different ways people have interpreted this. On the one hand, it could just be, the flaneur, you've got the key, go inside and go to bed. But it's also interpreted quite often as being memory, you have the key, so talking to memory, so saying that memory has the key. Or it could be the idea of trying to get his memory back all the way through. The persona, the flaneur, he has the key to his memory. He just needs to work to unlock it. So a few different ways we can take it. So in terms of what we're going to write, we're actually going to write that it's ambiguous. We're going to place it just up here, okay? Just because we are going to run out of room otherwise. And we're saying ambiguous does memory hold the key? Does the flaneur hold the key to unlocking his memory? Is it simply the key to the door? Now the other thing we're going to write is, whatever meaning we decide upon, or you decide upon, or don't, we have here the inevitability, and it's also ironic. So ironically and inevitably, this key is not to a spiritual understanding, but to a return to the alienation of modern life. Because here we've got the understanding that the flaneur lives alone, the toothbrush, not the toothbrushes, so just a simple little thing, an absence of an S there, and we understand the alienation, the sense of loneliness. So let's write here, ironically and inevitably, this key is not to a spiritual understanding, but to a return to the alienation of modern life. And just loneliness. Here we've got domestic images. Oh, what's wrong with my red pen? And these are brutally ordinary instructions. After all the grotesque images of the street, the poem ends by shrinking life back into routine. So the routine of putting your shoes by the door, going to sleep, and that idea of shrinking aligns with what we were pointing out about the diminishing and the fading. Now, a little bit that we're going to say here about these final images. Sleep, prepare for life. Okay, so we've got bitter irony. Now, the bitter irony is that after a night of searching for memory and meaning, he returns to prepare for his life of monotony, one lived on autopilot, like the child's hand. So it's extending on this idea. The last twist of the knife. Now, a good thing to be aware of that relates to the poetic form is that this line is isolated. So we've got this final isolated line, which is a brutal metaphor. It ends the poem with a grim, exhausted tone. Life's ultimate wound is not a sudden dramatic tragedy, but rather the endless, grinding futility of continuing to live without passion or purpose. It is a psychological horror and there is no escape. So, pretty bleak. Let's write that down. Okay, so just maybe put in brackets form just to remind yourself. Okay, so final isolated line delivers a brutal metaphor. Ending the poem with a grim, exhausted tone. Life's ultimate wound is not a sudden dramatic tragedy, but rather the endless grinding futility of continuing to live without passion or purpose. And I just wanted to add, I've run out of room there, but if I do a line like this to link psychological horror, there is no escape. Now this builds into the Hollow Man, which we see next, which I've been telling you is his darkest poem, and so it kind of picks up this idea of the psychological horror as it goes into the Hollow Man. Now there was just one other thing that I wanted to add, and I think it was just where was it? I wrote it down. Okay, so memory motif. I think I already read it on here. Okay, I do. You just go to the start of your poem. Now we had heaps written on there. What I've added, so just place this anywhere that you can fit it at the start of your poem. And it is that we've got this that is worth making note of. The central motif of memory guides the poem. So it's just a good thing to have there. And the other thing was it's now 20 past 12. My brain is getting slower and slower. Did we write that about the child? Oh, I wanted you to add, when we have the grin here, so, which opens on her like a grin, and we've got that info there about it being a simile. Just add, the grin makes the world feel predatory. And I'm going to add something more here about the child. It's kind of more of a overarching idea. Now we can, if you, like me, have got a bit of room up the top here, it'll fit nicely just here. Okay, so maybe just here, and it is, the child becomes an emblem of instinct, reflex, and the soulless automated acts of daily life. The soul can be completely absent while the body continues to act mechanically. Alright, so let's write that. The child becomes an emblem of instinct, reflex, and the soulless automated acts of daily life. The soul can be completely absent while the body continues to act mechanically. And the last thing is about the street lamps. So it's one of these kind of holistic ideas again. So look, ideally this would have gone on the front here where we're talking about the street lamp. So I don't know if you've got room to add it there. I'm just looking to see if I write really small, I can probably add it. So just wherever you can fit this. So I'll tell you what it is. The street lamp speaks in commands. The tone is clinical, almost sadistic, as if the lamp is forcing the nocturnal flaneur to look at what he doesn't want to see. So this goes along here with that they're used as a device that highlights the persona's fragmented and disassociated nature. I am, okay, I'm going to see if I can fit mine. I think that, okay, mine's going to look a bit messy, but it'll make sense to me. Okay, so I'm going to say the street lamps the street lamp, sorry, not lamps. The street lamp. Oh. Okay, the street lamp speaks in commands. The tone is clinical. And now I'm going to do this. Actually, I'm just going to do the line there. Okay, almost sadistic. Okay, almost sadistic, as if the lamp is forcing the nocturnal flaneur to look at what he doesn't want to see. And that is everything. Okay. Very good. Our 3 poems for trials are done.